it was just such an inspirational moment for me to remind me that I need to make room for what I'm asking for. I need to make room for what it is that I want to receive. Hey Visionary, it's Shawana Livingston here, founder of Live Love Your Passion. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I am a mom, a brand strategist, and a business coach. And this is a safe space where you can cast your vision and we'll talk everything mindset, business, and branding. In fact, this video is all about how you can reach your goals in 2023. Now, if you're watching this video and you feel like, man, I'm always putting the same goals on my goal list every year, or maybe you feel like you're not achieving the goals that you set out for yourself, then this video is for you. I promise you there is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing that anybody else has that is greater than what you have, but it does take the 5 tips that I'm going to share with you in this video today for you to be able to achieve your goals this year. If you're ready, let's get right into it. The first and most important tip is to determine who you need to be, not just what you need to do. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make when they are setting goals for the new year is they just write down everything that they want and everything that they need to do. But you don't write down who you need to be. And that is what's most important. Let's think about it for a minute. Let's say that you want to save $5,000 this year. Well, if you just write down the goal of saving $5,000 without changing your behavior, maybe last year you weren't the type of person to save $5,000, right? So if you write that down without changing your behavior, which the root word of behavior is be, right? Your being, without changing who you are, then it's highly likely that you will not attain that goal in 2023. What qualities do you need to embody in order for you to be the type of person that can save $5,000 in a year? I'm going to use myself as an example because when I wanted to do better at saving and I wanted to start investing, the first thing I did is I started to research about financial literacy. I started to take in information because I knew that whatever I was doing in the past wasn't working, right? So if you know that you've put this same goal on your goal list month after month, year after year, well, it's time for you to start doing something different, right? They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. So now it's time to start looking at who you need to become. So if it were me, and this is actually what I did, is I started Googling information on how to save money, how to invest, how to create a budget. And when I did that, I actually came across a video that gave me some key foundational principles on how to start saving and investing money. And that first key principle was all about paying yourself first. This is something I didn't understand, and I'm not going to go into detail about it right now because this isn't a finance video, but it's something that I had to learn before I can even be a person that could save $5,000 in a year. So going back to the tip, determine who you need to be. Write down the qualities of the type of person you need to become first before you can achieve the goals that you have set for yourself. Tip number 2, don't just write down what you want, make room for what you want. In fact, last Saturday, I was actually sitting around the dinner table with my family, and we weren't eating dinner, we were actually eating breakfast because I had just made a batch of homemade buttermilk biscuits. Y'all, they were so soft, so delicious. And my 6-year-old daughter, she was sitting right next to me. She finished up her biscuits and then she looked at me and she said, "Mommy, can I have another biscuit?" And I said, "Yeah, baby, like you don't have to ask for another biscuit. We got plenty of biscuits to go around. Here, get you a biscuit." And she was like, "Mommy, guess what? Before I asked you for the biscuit, I made room for it on my plate so that I can prepare a spot for the biscuit when you were going to give it to me." And it was just such an inspirational moment for me to remind me that I need to make room for what I'm asking for. I need to make room for what it is that I want to receive. And my daughter did this, and I made sure it was a teaching moment for her. And I let her know, baby, make sure you take that same attitude with you everywhere you go in life, because you are always going to have to make room for what you want before you ask for it. Because what that is you exercising your faith. You saying that I know it's on the way. I can get rid of this old stuff. I can get rid of this old relationship. I can get rid of this old car. I can get rid of this old job, because I know the new thing that I'm asking for is on the way. Y'all, it blessed me so much. Tip number 3 is to develop a right now attitude. When I had trouble accomplishing my goals, and I still do sometimes because I'm an overachiever if you haven't noticed already, and sometimes I set goals that are so big that I'm like, okay, Shawana, it's not going to happen right now. It's probably going to be 3 to 5 years from now for that one. But before I was able to just even develop the mindset of having a right now attitude, I used to procrastinate so long. I used to put my goals off. I used to say, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next month. And before I knew it, the whole year would be over and I didn't accomplish anything. How many of you can relate to that? Let me know in the comments if you are guilty of procrastinating. But what you need to do is develop a do it now attitude. And this goes for anything that you're doing in your life. It could be something as simple as waking up in the morning and making your bed instead of saying, I'll do it later, or I'm just not going to do it at all. But developing the habit of doing things right now as if you don't have tomorrow is really going to help you to chip away at your goals. Tip number 4 is to do it imperfect. This kind of goes along with the procrastination tip, okay? Because a lot of you procrastinate because you don't have everything perfect. You're waiting for a perfect time. You're waiting for perfect branding. You're waiting for the perfect website. You're waiting for the perfect persona, just the ideal situation. And newsflash, it doesn't exist. There is no such thing as perfection. We are human, we are flawed. There will always be room for growth. Take people along the journey of your imperfections. And let me tell you this from my own experience, when you show people where you've been, where you're currently at, and where you're going, you actually build a more impactful brand. You're actually more motivated to hit your goals because people can see your growth. See, the reason why you don't want to show up imperfectly is because you are afraid of failure. Because if you know you're going to succeed anyway, why does it matter what it looks like right now? And last but not least, tip number 5 is to invest in yourself. Now, normally when people hear this, they immediately think about dishing out some money, hiring a coach, hiring, an expert to help them in some area. But no, investing in yourself can also mean time with yourself, right? Investing in yourself can also look like dedicating the first hour of your morning to journaling, to writing out your goals or re-looking over your goals, writing out and planning your week, to meditating or praying, whatever it is that you want to do that morning, exercising. These are all investments in you that will have a return if you continue to do them. One of my biggest investments in 2022 was investing in therapy. And not only was it money, but it was time. I had to take out of my busy schedule and say, you know what? This is necessary. I have to do this. I have to do this healing. I have to do this deep work. I have to spend this time. I have to build a relationship back up with myself and my inner child, because it's an investment in me. And the return on that, y'all, was so much greater than anything else I could have ever imagined. I had the happiest year that I can remember of my life in 2022. And I really believe that's because I invested in my mental health. All All right, visionaries, so that is all for today. I hope that you have a very, very happy new year. But if you love this video, then you're also going to love my visionary community, which is my email list where I send out a monthly newsletter. Every single month there's a different theme, a topic that we're talking about, that we're dealing with. Right now it's all about vision casting and reaching your goals for the new year. So if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, go ahead and click the link below to sign up. But that is not all. If you like this video, you can also go over and follow me on Instagram. The handle is my name, Sherwana.Livingston. And this is where I share everything business, mindset, and branding. I also share day in the life, me being an entrepreneur, behind the scenes of my journey as a mom and entrepreneur, and everything in between. So this is where all the fun stuff happens. Definitely go over, follow me, and let's connect there. Last but not least, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Happy New Year.